Alright, so here's a little update. Sorry I haven't been posting anything recently. I have been uploading a little bit of some YouTube shorts. Taking advantage of that because my computer did crap out. I did just buy a new one, bought all new pieces and built it all together with a couple of my buddies. Got it all set up and I am in the process of making more videos, but I'm just going to catch you guys up on a little bit of what I've been doing. Couldn't take anything off the SD card that I have now is because I couldn't access anything on my computer, hence no upload on actual YouTube video. So I forget exactly whereabouts I left off, so I'm just gonna go over everything. So here's the blaster handle, has the espresso color on the handle, then it's all black. This is this silver is the rub and buff, which is this one right here, and then the gold accents is antique gold, and the silver one is called silver leaf. I'll put a link into the description either to Amazon or where I got it, which I got those two at Hobby Lobby. But so this is what the blaster looks like. I don't have my lights all on right now is because I had to use my power strip for something else, so that's why the light's not on with this, but I'm just going to turn my light on right here. So you can see that gold, the silver down on the bottom on all these little pieces, and this is all clear coated. So this is the final product of what this looks like. So this is just going to be put off to the side for now. And what else have I done? Oh, I bought a new sewing machine so I can work on the leather pieces, because I did buy all the leather things from eBay. I'll put a link in the description on which one I used. But I bought it off of eBay. They did pretty good quality on it. There's some spots, I don't know if they just messed up or if it was just, they just threw it together and didn't really measure anything. When I had the holster for Mando, it was supposed to be on his right hip. The one that I got in, it was on the right, but it was not really on my hip. It was more closer on my backside. The straps didn't really line up for me. I did modify it a little bit. So I did move it around, so it's over here for now. But yeah, so the blaster, I did sew it on a little bit here and there, but this was more towards the back side. So like if you're looking straight at it, you do not see anything down there. It'd be basically right here, but on the back. So I did use, I think I used my X-Acto blade, and I did cut the stitching off, and I redid all the sewing on a bunch of the stuff. This piece, I believe the size that I got was an extra large. I'll check in my order history, but this piece was way too long for me. So in the back, it's literally just like this, just folded up like that, and it's just taped just to hold it for now, because I'm gonna wait till I have the entire costume before I modify that. But the back side, it does have a Velcro thing like right here on the very back, and it works as a normal Velcro strap, so I can open it. That's how I used to put it on. They do have this buckle right here, which I kind of like, so I'm gonna keep the Velcro in the back, but I just cut this off, but I left the flaps so it looks like it's still connected. But now the buckle actually works, and I would take it off, but I'm one-handed right now, so I'm not. But the buckle works, so I can unbuckle this to put the strap, this whole piece on. But everything else kind of fits, except in my file that I use. So I don't know if I told you in one of the previous videos, when I was building this whole Mandalorian suit and everything, I could not find one file that had everything the Mandalorian has. So I did have to go to this page here, take it off, put it on this, add this, take this away, modify this. So if you guys want, I will put in the description a file to what I have all the 3D files on. That's if you guys want. And what is it? Oh, so like the bullets for this piece that this whole strap, it's all one piece. These are the bullets it came with, but it's more like a medicine thing. Like this whole piece right here pops right off, and it's like an empty vial. But like these bullet loops are not really the same sizes for everything. So they want some of them like really snug, and then there's some that are like really loose. I'm not gonna modify this strap, but I am gonna be making new bullets because I don't really like these ones, how they look. So I'm just gonna take the file that I have currently and just shrink it down to this size. And this piece right here is where the sling mount went, is where this piece, it was just sewed straight onto it like that. And then this end connects to the rifle, which is currently back there, just resting up against the wall, out of the way. I do not like how that looks at all. So what I'm doing right now is, these are the printed pieces that I have. This one, I also modified this sling strap. So what I'm going to be doing is, this piece I cut it up to measure, so this fits snugly in here, and then I'm going to wrap it around so it's going to fold behind like this, and then this little clip right here, like that, is going to be sitting in it like this, so I can sew the back of this to this so it looks nice. And then inside here are going to be magnets here and here, so these pieces connect. And then this piece right here, I'm going to be, I think I might take all this piece off, or I might just reuse this and just put the glue or whatever adhesive I use on there, and then attach this piece to there, because I don't really like how it's just fabric. I'd rather have it look like the real stuff. Haven't done anything to the rifle because, like I said, it is too big and it will not fit inside this. Right now what I'm going to do is just wipe off, make sure there's no particles or anything on this, and then I'm going to go over it with my clear coat just to finish it, and then I will glue this, or attach that right there, and then I will attach this piece to this piece. At the moment I've been working on the Mandalorian sling, which this is the rifle sling. This piece clips onto the, kind of like where the magazine is on the rifle, and then this piece is going to be attaching to this piece, which this is going to be mounted to the suit right here, or yeah, I think it's on this side. And what it is this little like nipple that sticks up a little bit goes inside this little hole, and it goes on like this, so it can't come off unless you pull straight. What I was planning on doing was, I have these small little circle magnets. I have a pack of them. This is for the biggest one, and then there's goes smaller and smaller. You guys will see them if you look at one of my previous videos, the Iron Man helmet. It's the pack of batteries that I used to connect the helmet, like the face piece that goes around the ears right here, because that's the smallest magnet that was in there. This is the biggest one. I was going to use one magnet, that's two right here. So I'm going to use one of these and put it inside this piece right here, and it goes right in that circle. And then because this one is so thick, it does drop down a distance. I was going to probably use like 2 or 3 of these, but I also just remembered when I also, for the helmet that I used on Iron Man, I used these little, like, they're purse clasps, and this is what they look like. This is the one in the video where I modified and I bent these corner pieces down so it had a little bit of lift on them. This one is thick, so this one is going to sit inside this, and it sits just about flush. So this is going to sit right in there. It's just about flush. There's a magnet going around the ring, and then there's a strong magnet in the center right there. And I know because I've used these before, they work pretty good. But when I attach all these together, this little piece right here is going to stop this from pulling back and falling off, and then the magnet is going to help it also stay on. But this one is thick enough where it sits just about flush. It does stick up a little bit because on the back side of it right there, there's like a little part that sticks up. So I did push it into this because there was a lot of like leftover paint. And I can just use my X-Acto blade or the wood burner or whatever and carve out some of this right here so it drops down a little bit so this can fit in it. And this is going to be glued to this piece, and this flat one is going to be glued to this. It does fit kind of, not really flush, but like I said, I'm going to use probably my wood burner, melt the hole straight through the set, not straight through, but like in there a little bit, and then attach this to this. So what it's going to look like is both of these pieces are going to have the clasp in it like this. And when it attach, if I can get it to attach. So that's what it would be like when it's attached. Oh, I don't want this to fall out. I just put it in. So when it's attached, it is going to look similar to that, but I'm going to be melting it and shrinking it so it gets rid of that gap in between right there. But now it won't be able to come out this way or anything, because when the rifle's on, it's going to be mounted like this. So this pulls up, but it can't move anywhere because that nipple that sticks straight out into that little slot right there won't go anywhere, and then the magnet is going to also help it stay. If I want to take the rifle off, it pops right out because of the magnets and everything, and then I can have the rifle after pointed around, and then it clips right back on because it's magnetic. That's what I'm planning on doing, but right now what I'm going to be doing is sewing this piece to the this leather strip, which connects to the rifle. Did take a little bit because this is thick and I couldn't really get it underneath the foot right here. I did sew it. It's kind of not the best work I've done. And I'm just gonna cut off these extra slacks real quick. If you guys are gonna be doing it the same way I did, where I modified this, sewed this, make sure you put it on right, because this rifle sling, and if you guys buy the same strap that I used, make sure you put the right way on. So like the dark brown right here faces up, so you have just the flat back right here, because this side with the circle is the part that's going to be up against your chest, so you don't want to see any of this black right here. Alright, so yeah, like I said, this magnet right here, I'm going to attach. This thicker one is going to go inside this piece. This thinner one is going to go right inside this piece. Right there. I'm going to be using my X-Acto blade, and if I need to, I will hook up my either soldering iron or my wood burner and try to melt a little bit of the hole. Probably not melt anything on this one, seeing how this piece right here is the thickest part right there, because if I get rid of this, it kind of goes straight down. So this is as thick as it is. This one I definitely can melt if I need to, because it has some area to play. By cut, I know I have layers on both of these pieces. I did mess up a couple times. The reason why this middle or inner piece right here is a little bit sloppy, in my opinion is a little bit sloppy, is mainly because I didn't have anything that could fit down there to sand all this piece right here. So yeah, like, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Kind of goes down a little bit. I'm just gonna drop that in real quick. Let's see if it fits. Oh, would you look at that? Perfectly flat, and it literally fit inside the hole that I just dug out. So now, I'm just gonna pop that out. And I'm gonna probably be using the epoxy Gorilla Glue that I've been using on a couple of the projects. This one right here. Probably use this to mount both of these magnets. And if I don't, I might melt, not probably this one, but this one over here, I probably might melt like these corner pieces, trying to get inside the plastic. I just went to Home Depot, and I bought a clamp mainly to attach the sling part, or this piece. This is what it is. I was gonna get the other one, so you go like this and it tightens up, but this one's a small one, so you can keep it put away. And I don't know what the name is. I know it said pipe clamp on something at Home Depot. So I can go have it like this, or I can just push this up and it'll stay there because you can't push back. As soon as you tilt it forwards and then pull back. And then also I have this to turn. It's only like 3 inches to play with, but this goes up to like, I want to say like 4. So what this is going to be used for is, I'll have to take the leather pieces off the mannequin, but it's to attach this piece onto the sling right here. So I'm going to be adding, I'm probably going to use my Gorilla Glue epoxy, put it on the back side of this, and then put this to the leather. And then I'll use this to crush it together so it holds it, so it can glue and stay there, so it's not gonna fall off easily. But here's a little update on the Mandalorian sling. So as you guys saw in the last video, I tried doing different ways to attach the purse clasp, which I used in my Iron Man Mark, I believe it was my Mark 85 helmet that I made. The purse clasp, the fat piece, I stuck it in there. So what I did was I used a bunch of the Gorilla Glue epoxy, which is this stuff right here, and I put it inside here, and then I pushed this magnet in because it's perfectly flush with the top. And then for the other one to connect to this one, because this one didn't have that much to play with, it had maybe like, I don't know how much, it was like maybe 2 or 3 papers deep, like the thickness of like 2 or 3 papers is how far down I could have to play with. So what I ended up doing was, I don't have any extra metal, so you see on this one right here, this piece, the little circles right here, and then there's 4 of them. What I use, this one right here, and there's another one, should be right there, and then right there and there. What I used was, I used my pliers. I used these, and I just took it, same as like in the Mark 85, the helmet. Took the circle, say this is the circle, and then these are the corners. I just took it and bent it at a 90-degree angle. And now, this is a conductive metal. So if I heat this up a little bit, the whole entire, like say this end right here is very hot. If I touch this piece right here, this piece, like just the metal, not on this piece though. If I touch right there, not just this spot's gonna get hot, the entire thing is gonna get hot. So what I did was I bent them at a 90-degree angle, and what I did it safe. I used the pliers, and I had everything set up with like, I think I did it off camera because I think the camera died, so I just did a little bit so I can catch you guys up on it. I did have safety preparations everywhere, so I held it with the pliers and everything, and I heated it up a little bit. So, and then I forced it down into it. So now this piece is perfectly flat, except for this little nipple that sticks up. But because this piece is perfectly flat, this little like nipple right here will fit inside here, and it'll stay flush. And then this bean shape right here is for the nipple on this piece. So now if I go to attach this, it attaches perfectly flush. Like there's no play in this at all the way around. And with this little bean shape that's right here on the top is, so this is the sling, and it can rock back and forth like so. I don't know if you guys can see. So like this, it can rock back and forth, but it doesn't come off. Like I can pull and pull and pull and pull. This thing will not move. Like I can go side to side, up and down. There's a tiny bit of play side to side, but that's it. Like it won't come off unless I pull straight out, and there's still a little bit of force to it. So basically, I have the rifle right here. Like I said, I haven't had time to work on this. So this little ring or hoop right here on the side is what this connects to. So I can pull it back. So like that. So now this is attached. Now I'm just gonna stand up real quick. And the rifle sling part right here connects over my shoulder. So this is gonna be like this. I don't know if I'm still in the shot. So like this piece connects to like right around here because it's the strap that goes across my body right here. And I'm just holding the backing, like not even the top. And like this thing is not coming off, it's not going anywhere. The only way this could go off is if the gun fell off in front of me or if that little clip thing on the rifle snapped, but like it's not coming off. But let's say for example, if I go to take it, grab the gun, and the sling pops right off. And then I can go pew, 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 and show it around. And then when I go to put it back on, I just gotta make sure it connects back in. Then I won't drop it down, but I'll slowly let it go. And then it's back to resting. So now all I gotta do is I'm gonna be gluing the back side of this to the actual piece right here. Oh yeah, and like I showed earlier in one of the previous video, I cut the strap in the back of the buckle. So these pieces still go over like that, but this buckle, if I get it in, the buckle actually works instead of having to rip the Velcro part in the very back of the belt. I believe what I'm gonna do, because the sling part, let me start that real quick. This piece is supposed to go straight on there, but this, like you guys saw before I modified it, how this came in was this leather strap was just sewed straight to it like this, and I didn't really like how that looked because I didn't like how this was. So I added this and everything. So now this piece is supposed to go on top right here. So this piece right here is supposed to go straight on top of this, but if I line it up in the bottom left corner right there, I hold it firm, it has no extra space on the side, but on the top you can see a little bit of it. So I'm probably just going to cut all this piece off because it's not holding anything together, like multiple pieces together. It's just sitting on here. So I'm just going to use my X-Acto blade real quick, which is basically straight across the top. The bottom is flush. Yeah, so I just did a light little scratch across the top right there, just so I can be able to see it when I take the piece off. I'm not pushing straight through because I don't want to cut the back piece right here. I'm just tracing over the line so it gets a little bit deeper each time I make the pass. And then see that I can just rip that one right off. Now because this whole top part does come up right here a little bit, I'm probably just going to use my sewing machine real quick just to go a line straight through there, just to kind of hold this piece down. When you're attaching this piece, make sure you have it the right way because the suit or the sling is going to be hanging up and over this way. So I believe it goes this way. Yep, so this bean shape should be down, going like this, because this has to go up and over your shoulder. So this is the way it attaches. So this little nipple is down on the bottom, so this piece is closer to your stomach. So now it should fit perfectly. Yep, all the way around it fits perfectly. So now what I'm gonna do is probably mix up some of my epoxy, which this is easy because it's equal parts. When you dispense it, it equals the same amount. If you didn't have this one, you just had two separate ones, you'd have to add the same amount of each, mix them up for a little while, and then you attach it to it, and then you apply pressure. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But because these right here is just one small point right here, and this back piece right here that's flat, instead of going like this and having just this little one spot in the middle be pressed, I'm going to be using my scrap wood that I have. I have like these little thin metal right here. I have like this little thin little flat wood. Then I'm gonna attach one side to this and one side on here. So it's like that on both sides, and then the piece will be in between, and there'll be equal pressure on it. So I don't have my other small one, so I'll probably either cut this in half, or I'll probably just use both of these like that, but it's a little bit big. Yeah, that's what I used. That's what the wood is. Not sponsored. Or I just broke it in half, so it'll cover the whole thing. So now I'm just gonna clean up around my area a little bit, put all my tools away. All right, so now I'm going to get this. This is my mixing bowl where I put all my epoxy when I go to use it. Put it all in here, and then I mix it up, and then I attach it to whatever I'm doing. Yes, some of you might recognize what it's from. It's from the mannequin. It's from the mannequin's chest. I did cut it off to use it as a bowl because I didn't really want to ruin any of my stuff. Scoop it up. Smear it on. Alright, I'm done with that. I'm just trying to get an equal coat all the way around. Not so close to the edge where it's gonna kind of come out from the side. And now I'm just going to put this piece on. Remember, so this piece down. Make sure it's lined up. Put that on. Like this. Drop that down. Alright, there we go. You don't need to kill it by tightening it. You just need to tighten it enough where it's not going to move. It's been about, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 hours since I applied the Gorilla Glue epoxy to this. And now I'm going to be taking this clamp off entirely and putting this piece back on the mannequin so you guys can see how it looks. You guys might be asking why there's this masking tape right here, because if this wasn't here, this belt wouldn't really fit on me nor the mannequin. The reason why I have it all taped up right now is because I have to I'm waiting to get the Beskar armor and everything, like all the plates and everything put on before I modify this. And I'm just going to modify it by cutting this piece off. This goes around the belt, and then re-sewing it down here. So I'll be taking away this section most likely later on, but I'm gonna wait till I get the full suit built, and then I'll customize this to however size. Now I'm gonna take this off. Alright, so that's off. Put that down. Take this off. Still looks pretty good. That's not going anywhere. I'm not gonna try pulling it off as hard as I can because I don't wanna, it might be still drying. Attached. So this is the part with the sling on it. Pop that off. There's the piece that we just attached. That's all nice and snug. this piece attached to the rifle, which I'll do in a little bit. Going down to the ammo. These are the ones that came with this piece, but I don't really like how these look because these tops just pop off. I prefer the other ones that I had, but it didn't fit into these, so I'm going to be modifying the sizes that I already have. Going down to the rifle, I mean the blaster, not bad, and then the rifle's right here. That's the rifle attached to it, so it can hold the weight because there's nothing being held onto it. It's not touching the ground either, like, so it is, the sling is working. I'll probably take this metal piece and just like either like sew it or glue it to stay right here, just so it looks like, I don't know, looks good. And then if I go take it off, pull it out in front, that pops right off it, use the rifle, and then when I go to attach it, I'll have to manually flip it around and stuff to put it back on. Alright, so I just did a little bit modification. So that's the rifle sling on, rifle on, and if I want to take it, grab it by the handle, I don't want to hit the ceiling, and it pops right off. Then I can show it around and stuff, and then just when I go to put it back, I just gotta pop that on like so, and I can just not drop it, but like slide it down carefully with my hand, and it's attached. There is one thing, because the rifle does have some weight to it, so this piece wants to keep sliding up, like going like this, so this piece is rising up a little bit. So I think I might make something like it's supposed to go like right here under the holster, put Velcro here and attach a piece to my pants, so that this is weighted, like kind of like pulling it down, so this piece doesn't want to like slide up this way. So this is what I have so far. Oh, and like I was saying, the bullets, it's literally just like a vial. You can open it up, little cap, which I don't like how these ones look. What project I'm going to be working on right now for a little bit, but for the most part, is going to be working on this thing, the rifle. Because what I have so far is blaster's all done. You've seen it in previous video. This you've seen a little bit on the YouTube shorts. I haven't really done a video of showing this. If you guys want to, you can put in comments and I will go over what I did, how I did it, and what to do and not to do, or what I would have done differently. But other than that, I just got to work on this. As you can see, it is almost the same height as me. It's up to basically up to my throat, or my shoulders actually. And this is not going to fit in my spray booth or the photo booth type thing that I showed in my previous videos. So what I'll probably do is, I think I'm going to get rid of that one, the one that I made, and just get a kind of like tarp kind of tent, and that is foldable, so I can fold it up, put it away, take it back out, spray inside it, and close it, put it away, so it's not it. Because the spray booth that I have now is just moved off from where you guys are right now. Put over here, put on the floor, and pick back up, sprayed, thrown over there, just to keep getting it out of my way. But I'll probably take the one that I have currently, and I'll probably cut a hole in the side of the wall so I can fit this into it, and I'll probably just paint from here. I'll take care of this whole side. Once this side is done, then I'll switch sides and I'll do from here down to the end, and we'll go from there. But as of right now, I really like how everything's coming out, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.